Happy Monday. It's the Jam Nation podcast with Jonesy and Amanda.
The Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, was on the show this morning, of course, very excited, very proud of the Australian Matildas. We also put some questions to him about The Voice because we're getting closer to a referendum. They haven't selected a date yet. There are still people who aren't sure and people who are still fearful. So we asked him definitively what's going on.
We easily got the Prime Minister on the show, but getting your son to report on the city to serve, well...
You know
that was
what?
Another story.
He agreed to do it and then he said, yes, that'd be good. And he texted me at 3 a.m. as he was going to bed. Then we tried to call him when we were talking to him on the show and he said, I've just got to go to the toilet.
We'll unpack the Matildas win on Saturday night.
And your son Morgan's wedding to Zoe. It was beautiful on Saturday. Your speech happened to coincide with a penalty shootout. Conflict of interest much?
A lot of people were tearing their eyes away from that game for my speach. That's what I could feel.
In giant stadiums all around the country.
Enjoy the podcast.
Everybody
Right now, by the miracle of recording, we had so many requests for them to do it again.
Mistress Amanda.
Miss Keller.
Amanda. Doesn't work alone.
Wow, this is fantastic.
Her friend is in a back room making the tools of the trade.
I've heard them describe him as a drunken idiot.
Sorry, I've been drinking beer.
The legendary pirate Jonesy and Amanda the actress.
Hello, Wiggles. Congratulations, Mandy. We're on the radio right now.
Jonesy and Amanda, you're doing a great job.
You have no empathy for anyone but yourself, you giant tool.
Now's the time to hear good radio.
Sorry, a bit of a tongue twist there.
Jonesy and Amanda are here.
It's showtime, a-holes. We're on the air.
Top of the morning to you, Mrs. Muntz.
What a weekend. It was everything. Your son's wedding on Saturday. In the midst of that, the Matildas have this historic win. I still feel the adrenaline rush from all those things.
I know, it was so great.
Which bit? All of it.
All of it was
But your
great.
son's wedding, we're going to talk further about that throughout the show, but it was just such a beautiful, beautiful day. Your speech was great.
How good was my
Ellen's dress
speech?
was great.
As I was
Everything
doing
great.
the speech, everyone was going, yeah, and just yelling out, cheering. They were just loving me.
Brendan.
I was killing it.
You know why.
They were going, yeah.
Your speech was actually during the penalty shootout. Because you didn't wonder why people were going, yay, 6-0, God.
People were weeping.
Yeah.
And then people were just full of cheer.
And then they turned around and faced you. No, it was just wonderful. It was great.
And it was great to see you. I always like seeing you out of work hours.
Do you?
Yeah, I like to see you in mufti. It's nice.
It's the uniform that I wear in here every day.
I like to see you in mufti.
But the groom looked amazing. He was so happy. The bride looked like old Hollywood exquisite, this shapely dress. She looked
Beautiful
amazing. You know what I loved too? I was watching Dom.
Other than my speech.
I was watching Dom, your younger son, when Zoe was walking down the aisle. Dom was watching Morgan.
Aww.
Oh, it was lovely.
And what was his little face?
Morgan's face just, he was beaming, but just this rush of emotion through him. And I loved watching Dom watch him.
Oh, that's nice.
It was lovely.
That's nice.
Oh, it was great.
Because you don't get much out of Dom. He's a bit of a, not a closed chapter, but he's, keeps his cards close to his chest.
Yeah. That was lovely.
He learned how to fold his pocket kerchief, the pocket thing, on YouTube. And
Oh,
did you
did
see
he?
how good it was?
It looked amazing.
Jeez, I was looking at mine. I'm going, hang on.
You should get him to do the serviettes at home.
He's very, very good.
He was very good. Shame that you blew your nose on yours, but still,
Okay. Okay.
No, it was wonderful.
Look at this. As I was in the shower shaving before the wedding,
know.
for some reason, I don't know, I nicked the tip of my nose with my razor.
Well, the first thing I said to you when I saw you, what's happened? You've got a big scab on your nose.
Well, what are the chances?
If that had happened to a woman, you just run a mile.
Yeah.
But men get this stuff and it doesn't matter.
Yeah. When you're shaving your face in the shower.
Oh, so what an adrenaline rush. I'm exhausted from it all. We will talk about all of that. We're hoping also to talk to my son Jack, who ran in the city to surf yesterday. Do you know what time he
we should get him on,
Well, I said,
Good luck
hey,
with that.
maybe we should talk to you on the radio. He said, great. Do you know what time he confirmed that? 3 a.m.
Oh, okay, right.
So we'll see how we go.
Yeah, so we won't pencil that in. We'll pencil
it in.
Yeah.
Don't stencil it yet.
Also, the Magnificent Seven, we got prizes for you. Double pass to Sunset Rocks, headlined by Thirsty Merc and our mate Shannon Knoll. That's coming up in December too. You could be along at that. What about this? A $150 voucher to Ta Pizza by the Slice, Roman Pizza by the Slice at Bondi Junction. All you got to do is call us and play the Magnificent Seven.
Question 1. Which organ do fish use to breathe?
Podcast. We have for you the Magnificent Seven. There are 7 questions. Can you go all the way and answer all 7 questions correctly? If you do that, Amanda will say.
I'll say, lots of people voices a horse today from cheering the Matildas. My legs are sore from skanking it up on the dance floor
You
at Morgan
skanked
Zoe's
well.
wedding.
You cut a good rug.
Well, someone's got to. It may as well be me.
But it's about getting question 7 right. Deanne is on the Central Coast.
Hi, Deanne. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Which organ? This is question 1. Which organ do fish use to breathe?
The gills?
The gills. The gills and the buoys.
Who? Yeah, that's like you're from Adelaide. That's how Adelaideans say, or South
She's
Australians.
a lucky gill.
She's a gill. I'm going to go down and get a plant and a dance.
Castle.
And run into a Stobie pole. Who is the current host of the American late night talk show, The Tonight Show?
Who hosts The Tonight Show?
Is that Conan O'Brien?
No, it's not him.
No. Peter's in Kings Langley.
Hi, Peter.
Good morning. How are you guys?
We're very well, thank you. Who hosts The Tonight Show in the States?
Is it John Colbert?
No, his name's Stephen Colbert, but no, he's not hosting this one.
I thought this was an easy one.
Yeah.
But maybe not. 13 WSFM is our number. Who is the current host of the American late night talk show, The Tonight Show?
Jam Nation.
The Magnificent Seven. We're at question 2.
It's going to Kevin in Lithgow. Hi, Kevin.
Good morning, Jonesy. Good morning, Amanda.
Hello. Who is the current host of the American late night talk show, The Tonight Show?
That would be Jimmy Fallon.
It's Jimmy
How good is
Fallon.
he? Tells a great story about the time he played ping pong with Prince.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, one day he gets this call. He's just had a baby. His wife's just had a baby. Gets this call because he'd been giving, on his show, been talking about, I wonder what Prince would be like at playing ping pong. There was a rumour that Prince was really good at it. And he gets this call, and it's from Prince's people. Prince wants to see you now. And this limo pulls up, and Jimmy Fallon says to his wife, I got to go. I've got to go. Prince needs me.
Sure, priorities.
Goes to this room, walks in, there's lights, there's a ping pong table just sitting there. No one around. He walks in, Prince comes out of the darkness with a sort of like a fedora on, doesn't say a word, gets the ball, starts playing ping pong with Jimmy Fallon.
Sounds like a fever dream.
Kills Jimmy Fallon in ping pong, puts the ball down and then just walks away.
No words spoken.
Not a word spoken.
Wow.
Crazy.
Let's go to question 3, the not-so-secret sound. Duh. All right, Kevin, what's this sound? Any ideas?
Tuning the radio?
Yeah, tuning the radio. They're the old days, aren't they?
I hope we get something good. I'd like to listen to something good on the radio. Was accepted as the last Disney film that Walt Disney worked on. This is a multiple choice, Kev. A, Mary Poppins, B, The Jungle Book, or C, 101 Dalmatians.
Jungle Book.
It was The Jungle Book?
Yeah, The Jungle Book.
Question 5. What colour is Borat's infamous mankini?
Green, lime green.
It's like, whoa. Yeah, you really specifically knew
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
Kevin.
yeah.
What does it mean if you are bilingual, Kevin? Amanda, for example, is bilingual.
No, I'm not.
You speak Indonesian.
Oh, why don't you just give an answer?
Oh, okay, can speak more than one language?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't actually, but Jonesy gave the answer away anyway.
I think, Kevin, you already knew that, didn't you, Kevin?
Ini Rasilia Kalapakapada. Here, that means here, cop this prawn head, I think. Anyway, use it as you will. Question 7. Suddenly we're there, Kevin.
Come on, Kevin.
Who are the Matildas going to be playing in the semi-finals? Quick sticks. Sorry if you don't know that, you're out. Kevin.
Even I know that, and I'm a sports
Kevin
dumbo.
must be missing an angel.
Amanda's in Westmead.
Hello, Amanda. How are you?
Hey, good morning. I'm well, thank you.
We don't dilly-dally on this question because that's important information.
It's a big deal.
Who are they playing in the semis?
I'm so excited about it, England.
It's England.
Congratulations to you, Amanda. The prizes all you coming your way. You've won the Jam Pack. You're going to go to the Double Pass to Sunset Rocks, headlined by Thirsty Merc and our boy Shannon Knoll. That's December 2, by the way. Tickets from sunsetrocks.au if you want to go. $150 voucher to Ta Pizza by the Slice, Roman Pizza by the Slice at Bondi Junction, and Jonesy and Amanda caricatures for the colouring and some Taylor pencils. Amanda, not you, Amanda.
Which one?
This Amanda.
Right.
Anything you'd like to add?
No, just fabulous. What a great prize. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Well done.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Listen up. You listen up good.
We're listening.
I'm going to make this short and sweet. I'm only going to say it once.
Wake up.
Thumbing through the Jalmanac, our big book of musical facts. This is great. This is great. It's mixed emotions. It's a bit of a sad one, but a great song will follow. On this day in 1987, Midnight Oil released their hit song Dream World. You know Dream World?
Yes.
The song was written by Peter Garrett as a tribute to several of Queensland's cultural landmarks were demolished or threatened by development at the time. Remember developers? They don't do that anymore, do they? They don't wreck buildings and put up big apartments.
I think they do.
You don't get yourself a Salim Maharaj special.
I think they do.
Or a top place special. One of those spaces was Cloudland Dance Hall in Brisbane. Do you remember Cloudland Dance Hall?
No.
It was built in the 30s. It had a parabolic roof arch, a spring-mounted dance floor. That was a big deal. And a funicular. You like a funicular.
Oh.
And then we'd get the punters up and down the hill.
Right.
Because it was up on a hill.
What are those things called? Inclinator.
Yeah, funicular is like an inclinator, but a little train that's...
Yes, that's right.
Anyway, the developers came along and that's all gone. But big names performed there. The Bee Gees, AC/DC, Cold Chisel, Buddy Holly, and, of course, Midnight Oil. Overnight, the developers ripped it down and it was gone. And Pete often lamented that. But in its place, while Cloudland no longer exists, this balls-to-the-wall banger certainly still does.
Have they rhymed funicular?
They should put funicular in a song.
Perpendicular?
This is great. Jam Nation. Amanda and Gem Y Rye just sitting there poo-faced while that song was belting out the speakers.
Look, I'm like Sam Kerr. I've got work to do.
What
when she came off the plane, everyone said, "How was the party? Did you celebrate?" She said, "Well, we've got work to do." That's sometimes when the songs are on, Brennan, I'm composing my thoughts.
Speaking of Sam Kerr, with the wedding and everything on Saturday, my son's wedding, I didn't get the Saturday telly. You know,
so what have you missed out on?
We're building our Sam Kerr. I got the feed, got the downstairs area. Shorts, got the top.
Also,
didn't get head.
She's headless on our wall.
Yeah, well, this is no good.
She can't remain like that. It's undignified.
Yeah.
Have a look. Ask in the newsroom if they've got Saturday Telegraph.
We'll check in the recycling bin. Well, we've got to complete that.
I know. We can't leave her headless.
We've committed to this. We've put 3 parts of Sam. We can't have a headless Sam Kerr.
Well, you said that your son's wedding was on during the match. That is true. Lots of people surreptitiously watching it on their phones. That's for another conversation.
I think those people were cheering my speech.
Of course
they were going, yeah. That was for my speech.
What about this moment?
And it's Courtney, the Sydney FC flyer. From the spot, she sends it straight through. Hold your breath. The World Cup is now just 2 steps away. It's the first ever World Cup semi-final for Australia. It is rarefied air.
That was pretty cool because it was after the speeches and everyone sort of had their phones surreptitiously on tables and the cheer just went up throughout the whole room.
It was incredible. Well, I got emotional yesterday. I went back and I saw all this footage of Australians cheering everywhere, whether you're at the MCG, whether you're in a pub in Mudgee, whether you're people at outdoor viewing of stadiums and places set up, which is people watching it anywhere they could, just the roar of the crowd and people leaping in the air. This is why sport is extraordinary. The result is bigger than its individual parts. It's made us feel great. I got emotional watching all of that. It was just incredible.
It's amazing.
As I said earlier, it had to be a sub that sunk the French. I know you enjoyed that line.
It's good.
I saw one guy, I saw this tweet
it's very ABC. It's very Q&A. Oh, bravo.
This guy who's a pizza delivery guy said, "Tonight I witnessed something I could never dream of. Every single TV tonight that I saw, and I deliver pizzas, had the Matildas playing. Through windows of houses that I went past, through open doors I looked through. Every TV at the Leagues Club had the Matildas on. What an amazing day." It really feels like we've never,
the ratings,
ever had this before.
What about the TV ratings?
TV ratings were extraordinary. This was the biggest TV event since Kathy Freeman won in the Olympics. This is an event where everyone will say, where were you? We'll all remember we're at Morgan and Zoe's wedding. Everyone will have their story of where they were.
About that thing.
Extraordinary. Someone said here, my daughter just told me that her friend's little son asked his mum after watching the Matildas, can boys play football too? Isn't this wonderful? It spun it on its head.
That is so good.
Men, women, boys, girls cheering their lungs out for the Matildas. It's just been so wonderful. And there was Courtney Vine who kicked that final ball. The guts that would take.
Yeah.
It's just... And
the goalie.
And
What about
Mackenzie
being the
Arnold. Amazing. The steely reserve it must take. And one of the things that Courtney Vine said is, well, I stood up to take the kick. But that phrase, I stood up, the resilience that it takes, we can all take something from that. Things are hard in your life. Stand up, face them.
To a Courtney Vine.
Do them.
Stand up.
I stood up. I'd like that kind of on my gravestone to say, I turned up and I did my best. Australia's just so thrilled with all of this. I saw someone saying...
No one wants you standing up at the grave, though.
Freaking everyone out.
Imagine, oh, she's back.
I want my handbag back I lent you 3 years ago, Brendan. But someone who was saying, imagine telling someone why they are called the Matildas. As they say here, well, you see, they're named after this famous song about a guy who steals a sheep, hides it in a bag, drowns himself instead of getting arrested by the cops. So that's obviously why they're called the Matildas.
When you think about it, yeah. And I love that little kid in that as well.
The who... What do you mean? Who's Sam Kerr?
No,
in
Waltzing Matilda.
Who? What kid?
You know, Andy. Andy sat, Andy watched, Andy waited.
See, I'm going to be supportive of that. You didn't support my French subline, but I'm going to be so
supportive. How are you saying I'm going to be supportive of that? You didn't say, I'm going to be supportive of that.
I'm going to boo at you from my grave. We're going to be talking to Emma Gillespie next hour about the impact that this is having financially, on women's sport, on our psyches. It's a big deal.
We're going to try and track down your son because he ran in the city to surf yesterday.
Well,
he's our correspondent. He was out boozing until 3 in the morning.
At 3 o'clock, he texted me saying, yep, that should be fine to talk on the radio.
What was the text? Did it seem coherent?
Let's not say he'll definitely be on.
Okay. We'll work on
We're
that.
trying to get him.
Work in progress.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
Podcast.
The City to Surf was run on the weekend. 80,000 people showed up. That was great.
Great.
I've noticed they've got enclaves for various runners now. They cordon them off into... Because remember, they'd have the Tanzanian guy and Steve Monaghetti, and they'd go and they'd win. And then you get the gym mums with the strollers, you get the gym dads.
Well, they still had all that this year.
Yeah, but they break them up in those categories. And then you got the nuts that are dressed up like gorillas. And
so that the gorillas go last or whatever.
Well, they put the gorillas in the middle with all the other ones. But I think it's
they let the serious runners go first.
Yeah, but you're not going to let the gorilla go first.
No. I remember one year when I was working with Andrew Denton, another radio station, we had a whole lot of listeners with us. Well, we had someone had crossed the finish line before we crossed the start line.
Before you got out of the first pub.
There's just this big whiff of Denker rub, isn't there?
They've got the Borat guys. You put them all together. You got the kilt guys. You put them together. Then you got the uni students that have just come back from Europe who are a bit out of condition at the last minute at 3 o'clock in the morning, decided that they might go for a run.
Guess who was in that category? My son.
Of course.
He's got some nipple rash today. We're going to try and talk to him later this morning because it's his first city to surf, I think. And I said, do you want to talk about it on the radio? He said, sure, that'd be great. And then he said, I went to confirm with him. This was at 7 o'clock last night. Mm. And I woke up this morning and I saw that he'd read that at 3:05.
All right, okay.
And he said, brilliant. Been asleep for a while, but while well and truly be awake by 8.
Oh, good. Well, I look forward to catching up.
So let's not assume he'll be there, but I'm sure he and all his university friends who've just been drinking beer for 6 weeks overseas got a bit of nipple rash yesterday running up that hill. I'm running up that hill. Ouch.
Maybe we should get a Band-Aid deal.
Anyway, we'll try and talk to Jack. But it was extraordinary. The winning time, Ed Goddard, 41 minutes, 30 seconds. And Neem Allen, she was the first female across, 47 minutes, 29 seconds.
You can't do that in peak hour.
No, that's right. I should get a piggyback with them next time I'm heading over that way.
It's 7 to 7. I look forward to catching up with Jack.
Jam Nation.
Have you read that Reddit thread on the weekend about the man reveals his wife's dying wishes to cheat on him? I'm calling bullshit on this one. I think he's made it up.
The story or just anyone's made it up, a Reddit writer or someone's
that's what
made it
happens
up.
with those Reddit threads. I ate chia seeds for a year and this is what it did to me. You just make stuff up.
Well, this story was about his wife has got a terminal disease, 6
Mm-hmm.
months to live, and she said her one dying wish is to have it off with her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
Imagine, why is that different to saying, hey, there's a guy at the gym I've got the hots for, how about I root him? Or there's a teacher at the school I really like. How would you
But
feel
Amanda,
if...
you're healthy and well. There's nothing wrong with you.
I've got an ingrown toenail. Do you mind if I go and have a weekend in Paris
how would you feel
with
about
Mrs.
that?
Kafoops down the road?
How would you feel about that?
Well, who's going to feel all right about that? That's why these stories can't be real. Because what human says, okay, I'll give in. In what way would someone who's passing away ask that of a husband?
I think we
should.
It's
just dumb.
But everyone's talking about this.
We are. Listen to us. This is talk.
But I'm saying this is fake. It's bullshit. I reckon we come up with a Reddit thread. You've got to come up with a Reddit thread and see if it becomes a thing.
I put a carrot up my bum every day for a year, and gee, my hearing's improved.
Yeah, but that's not fake.
No, I was just passing comment. What would you like to write? Oh, it's dumb, isn't it? The world's too dumb. We're dumbing down the world.
The world is too dumb. Too dumb.
Jam Nation.
Grab right now.
Who wants some free money?
Instant.
Coin cash.
Moolah.
I like the sound of that.
Jonesy and Amanda's
Instagram.
It's time. 10 questions, 60 seconds on the clock. You can pass if you don't know an answer. We'll come back to that question if time permits. If you get all the questions right, $1,000 or a gorilla, as they say on the site.
You can walk away with that, or you want to double your money.
2 gorillas.
Yes, it's instant penalty death shootout, words like that. Because if you go for it, great, you get $2,000
Sure.
if you get it right. If not, you walk away with nothing.
That was a good shoehorn there. Jason is in Girraween. Hello, Jason.
G'day, mate. How are you?
Doing all right.
Hi, Jason. All right, well, let's see what we can do for you today. We've got 10 questions, 60 seconds. If you're not sure, say pass because we usually have time to come back, okay? Yep.
Okay.
You ready?
Good,
Listening ears
Jason.
on because here we go, Jason.
Jason's
Good luck.
laser focused.
Question
we
1.
go.
What colour is a $1 coin?
Gold.
Question 2. What's the opposite of up?
Down.
Question 3. How many penalty goals did the Matildas score on Saturday?
1.
No, that's what Jonesy said when I tested him earlier. It was 7. So the French had 6.
Yeah.
We got 7, which is what gave us the win.
Jace.
I went for the 1-0 win.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, Jason, that was an
I
easy
said the
mistake
same
to
thing.
make. Sorry, get $100 for your petrol
Jace.
or groceries, whatever you'd like. But sorry, Jason.
That's what happens.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Well, everyone will remember where they were when the Matildas had that historic win for the first time has put an Australian soccer team, men or women, football, through to the semi-final of a World Cup. Just extraordinary.
Big deal.
Big deal. Did you see that even Dylan Alcott said this is the closest I've ever come to standing? The moment when that final penalty kick, Courtney Vine kicked that ball was just incredible. People, as I said, will remember where they were. Not everyone was able to be in front of a television. Lots of people had to, I guess, surreptitiously watch it on their phones, which is what was happening because this was in the midst of your son's wedding speeches.
Yeah, it was happening.
It was happening. So the wedding speeches were happening and everyone was trying to look at their phones but be attentive to you at the same time. And that was getting to 6-6 in the penalty kick out. It was incredible.
I'd like to think that people remember that they were watching the Matildas during my wedding speech. They're going, hang on, there's something going on here. No, but that speech
was one for the ages.
That speech is one for the ages.
But how did you feel? Because you could see that people were looking at their phones.
Well, I made light of it. I said, okay, they're going to dick around with this for a while. So just, and I kept it tight. A solid 3 minutes and 58
You
seconds.
said you were going to do 6 minutes and your brother-in-law came up and said, mate, it was 3 minutes 58.
I said, what do you want more? Do you want more?
Your speech was great, but people were watching
Was it
it on
good?
their
Did you
phones.
like the speech? Because my wife, I get no feedback from
No,
her.
the speech was terrific. It was lovely.
All right.
Yeah, it was great.
Enough laughs and enough.
Your speech was great. Morgan's speech was great.
He
Zoe's
did well.
speech, the in-laws, your version of the in-laws, Zoe's parents, everyone spoke beautifully.
And the groomsmen and the bridesmaid, they made some, they did good
it was
speeches.
wonderful. Steph, as bridesmaid, made a beautiful speech.
She did a great speech.
So there we were, though. But, throughout the evening, everyone was into it, having drinks. It was great. The vibe at that wedding was amazing. But people were still going, woo, every now and then.
It was a good feeling. And when they actually won, that was great because all the phones went off in the back, and there was a bit of a delayed thing as well. So it was really good.
It was great.
It was a good feeling.
Did you see the footage of everyone watching it on a flight. Every single TV in the back of every single seat had the game on, except for one. Someone was watching Lord of the Rings.
Who's watching Lord of the Rings?
But I saw people saying as well that the penalty shootout was happening and they're all told to board flights and turn off their phones, and collective groans, no! And then as soon as they could turn it back on, the pilot told them the score and there's cheering. It's just bonded people incredibly.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
But
not everyone's a soccer expert like me, coaching the under 14Ds all those years ago. But I know newcomers to the game.
Yeah, the bandwagon jumpers. Outrageous. They haven't been long haul fans like us.
They make me sick.
But maybe you were somewhere, like at a wedding, where you had to watch it secretly.
Oh, the tribal drum could beat for this. I had to watch it secretly.
From the spot, she sends it straight up.
Shh, everyone. Hey,
Bit of
I want
shush.
a bit of quiet over here. Where were you on Saturday that you couldn't watch it out and loud?
Well, and you watched it surreptitiously.
You had to watch it secretly.
Yeah. Because even when Zoe was making her speech, her dad, Paul, was there, and he had it on his phone.
Did you say at one point you looked over and it was your nephew, and you think, oh, is he all right? And looking very downcast.
Yeah.
His eyes are just under
He's
the
watching
table.
that. I was like, man, what's the matter? Why are you so glum? And he's watching it on his phone.
I had to watch it secretly. How'd you go on Saturday?
Jam Nation.
An extraordinary moment for Australia. It doesn't matter where you were. People were just screaming and yelling for the Matildas. Not everyone, though, could be in front of a TV screen and give full voice to their support. For example, what if you're at a wedding and the father of the groom was making a speech right during the penalties?
People are loving my speech.
Well, you thought they were. Yeah.
Go. Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it.
That's amazing. That's
Then
what
you
I'm
realise they were watching it on their
Toastmasters.
phones.
That's what I'm going to do.
The tribal drum was beating for. I had to watch it secretly.
From the spot, she sends it.
Sue has joined us.
Hello, Sue. Where were you that you couldn't watch?
Hi, I was at the theatre on Saturday night. The show was supposed to start at 8 and they delayed the start by a little because everyone was still sitting in their cars listening to it on the radio. But the director did come up onto the stage as soon as they won and said, OK, everyone, the Matildas won, and everyone cheered and screamed, and then they said, now you can all turn your phones off.
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause
that's
that is
right.
And with this age of streaming on your phone now, that's become a thing.
Yes.
Because you were what were you seeing at the theatre, Sue?
Oh, it was just a Castle Hill. They do like a local show every 2 months.
Yeah.
But it was a play. So,
But you've got to have your undivided attention.
Absolutely.
Watching Death of a Salesman of something, that's a man is not an orange. Hang on, mate, I'm trying to watch this.
But he's got appeal. Why that line isn't in it, I don't know.
You'll have to
But that
talk
was
to
a great
Arthur
thing.
Miller.
The director saying, OK, everyone, you can turn your phones off. Here's the result.
Yeah, good
That's the
work.
way
Thanks,
to deal
Sue.
with it.
Jenny has joined us.
Hello, Jenny. Where were you?
Hi guys, how you going?
Good.
Great.
I was at the ice hockey watching my daughter play, and I was actually standing on the side of the rink pretending to film her playing. And just at the same time as the Matildas scored the first penalty goal, the opposite team scored a goal. And I yelled out, I was standing there in the team colours, and I yelled out that, yes! And the whole team just turned around and looked at me as if to say, what the hell?
Oh, Jenny, that's
And
brilliant.
they thought you were filming. Oh, Jenny.
For cheering the wrong team.
Have you know?
That is great. We're going to take more of your calls. I had to watch it secretly.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast. We are back, baby.
This is it. Put the pedal to the metal.
Ready?
Here we go.
And step on the gas. Go!
Not everyone could give their undivided attention to the Matildas on Saturday night. They may have had a function to attend.
They may have been listening to a speech by the father of the groom, the fog, which is what happened at Morgan and Zoe's wedding.
Yeah.
Smack bang in the middle of this game. Suddenly, the game went for so long, these penalty shootouts, amazing.
Come to think of it, you were very supportive during that speech. You were like, yeah!
Yes, woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just thought, well, and
then I turned around and saw you were giving a speech. The tribal drum is beating for. I had to watch it secretly.
From the spot, she sends it.
We've had some great calls so far.
Leanna has joined
Hi,
us.
Leanna. How are you?
Very well. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And
congratulations to you on your beautiful son's wedding and his lovely wife.
That's
what
lovely.
a lovely occasion that must have been.
It was such a good occasion. Thank
But
you.
where were you when you were trying to watch it?
I was at a beautiful birthday function celebrating the lovely Rage, who is a wonderful person, and she was in the middle of doing her speeches as you were, Jonesy, and cutting her cakes. She had two. And I was secretly videoing her, but in fact I was watching the show, watching the game, and upon the amazing performance and winning the match, I just went nuts, basically, totally lost my mind, and yelled out and said, "Yeah, but Matildas," when everybody was celebrating and singing happy birthday. I sort of changed the tune, so I have to apologise to the birthday girl because sort of it went nuts in a different direction. But nonetheless, we had a wonderful evening. It was fantastic.
No one would begrudge you your excitement, I'm sure.
And thank you for all the use of superlatives in that. That was very, very good.
What do you mean?
Well, there's a lot of wonderful, beautiful,
Yeah, it's all happening there.
It's all happening there. That's what we want.
Hello, Rachel. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Very well. I had to watch it secretly. How did you watch it?
Well, I was actually working at the Sydney venue that was holding the England and Colombia game. So I worked there for many years now. And when the penalty shootout happened, the entire stadium had stopped. We had 20,000 people standing on our concourse watching the screen. So I'm technically operating an outlet, and I'm standing outside watching it.
Right.
Oh, dear.
That would have been the time to go and get a beer at that place.
Or use the toilets.
Yeah, exactly. Every single person, every patron that had walked onto the site was standing in front of the TVs. There was not a person in a bar, not a person in a food outlet. I've never seen it in all my years of being there. I've never seen that many people standing on a concourse watching TV.
It's amazing, isn't it? You see people at the MCG and all these other events where everyone's just watching the TVs.
Yeah.
It was the moment, as they say, the biggest moment since Kathy Freeman won that gold medal at the Sydney Olympics. It unified all of us. So, Brendan, I'm sorry that I went, woohoo! And then walked back in to watch your speech.
I thought you were digging my material.
I was digging it, man.
Jam Nation.
Let's get on down to the Jonesy Demanor Arms for the pub test. And today,
spinning and twirling on a dance floor, does it pass the pub test? Brendan, there was an incident at your wedding, at your son's wedding, where you tried to twirl Helen.
Well, so what happened, I'm a professional dancer, as you well know. It's well documented. 2013, I was on Dancing with the Stars.
Right.
And my teacher, Alana Patience, taught me this basic...
Alana ran out of patience. It's hyphenated.
Patience. She said, you could spin anyone on a dance floor. All you do is you do this and you turn the person clockwise with your hand. So you put your hand up, you grab their hand, and you direct them. You lead them to that. You can do that to anyone. People, like you could do it to someone in a wheelchair. You can do it to anyone. It will always naturally go that way. So when we walked on to, because now in the modern wedding, everyone gets an introduction. So, you know.
It was great. You had individual music playing. So the mother and father of the bride, then the two of you came in. It was great.
And we walked on to our very own, the song that we walked on to our wedding all those years ago. And I went to give Helen a twirl and she actually resisted. I said, she actually went, and I said,
this is supposed to be impossible for you to not twirl.
To not twirl. I went, okay.
But you know,
and then she said, I don't want to be twirled.
Yeah.
And I went, okay, well, you know, fair enough.
Being twirled and being spun. You know that where spin out, spin back like ballroom dancing.
Oh, the rock and roll
and
dances.
the dip. Well, I find at weddings people want to do it to you. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of being... I'll do it because you're polite. Girls do it because they're polite. But I think the reason it happens is some guys are great at dancing. Some guys feel uncomfortable dancing so that they want to have something to do with their hands, which involves holding your hands and then spinning you out, spinning you back. And then the dip. Someone said, let's do this. And I said, all right, I'll commit to the dip. My head almost conked on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
So there's an uncomfortable moment. And it's usually older guys who do it, I think, that want to spin and dip you. There's been some big injuries. Did you see Ed Sheeran? He broke his arm. He was dipped by a friend at the pub. He had to cancel some of his tour dates.
Really?
Yeah. Taylor, what about this one? Taylor Swift nearly fell while she was dancing with Harry Styles at an after party, the MTV Music Awards. He was spinning her around. She lost her balance, almost fell over. He managed to catch her and prevent her hitting the ground. Swoon. But, people do not just get injured, but the idea of a guy coming up to you, spinning you when you've had a few drinks, spinning you back, dipping you. You don't have a choice. If someone comes up, it's really hard to say no to that.
I think it looks good.
Well, do other women like it? Do people like it? I'm interested to know. Spinning and twirling and dipping, does it pass the pub test?
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
Podcast.
I demand entertainment.
Are you not entertained?
Put on your dancing shoes.
Now give me your best shot.
The deputy editor at the Daily Oz. She's a big deal. Emma Gillespie is here.
Not as big a deal as our Matildas for one night only, or one morning only, rather, Jonesy and Amanda. This is a sports segment today. It will never happen again.
You are not the biggest sporting. This is amazing, though. We've all become this. People, the fact that Australia has embraced this so much and we're not known as a soccer country.
Exactly.
This has been an extraordinary thing. I don't think we've ever seen the like of this.
I don't think we have either. Long live the Tillies. Now, the numbers are in for the broadcast ratings. 4.17 million average audience for
and
this
that's average, which means it peaked higher than that.
Exactly. And that's not even accounting for all of the pubs and the viewing parties, the stadiums that were packed out with people watching in public places. 7 million people reached, they reckon, the number one rating TV sport program of the past decade for Seven. And as we've heard since, indeed, Kathy Freeman's gold at the 2000 Olympics, and in a streaming first, the number one streaming event ever in Australia. We had about 500,000 people watching on 7+, which is pretty significant when you think about, the advent of streaming and how people watch sport on streaming. It's a whole new whiz-bang thing, but people are getting around it.
Are the stats in on how many people were streaming my wedding speech while the game was going on at the stadium?
Yeah, I think it's just shy of the 4 million mark there, Jonesy. You've just been pipped at the post.
Amanda, I've never seen Amanda more supportive when I was doing a wedding speech.
Go, I said. And then I came in and watched your speech. I saw a great tweet. This person said, my daughter just told me her friend's little son asked his mum after watching the Matildas, can boys play football too? This has just spun everything on its head, hasn't it?
Exactly.
Women's sport is amazing.
I do not remember in my whole life feeling anything like this about women's sport, seeing people rally around women's sport in this way. My family are absolute sports nuts. And it's, this is the first time that I have really felt truly passionate about a sporting team. And how can you not fall in love with these players? Like Mackenzie Arnold, the goalkeeper.
Amazing.
When you Google Mackenzie Arnold, have you seen the picture of the brick wall?
Oh, I love it. I saw someone said they've done a new mural in honour of her, and I just looked, it's just a picture of a brick wall.
And how good is this?
Calling her the Minister for Defence.
The Minister for Defence. Goalkeeping was never actually what she wanted to do. And as a youngster, she was trying out for a team as a defender, but the coach said, not this time, but maybe you could have a crack at goalie. Right. And I mean, thank God she did.
Yeah. And what about Courtney Vine? I love what was said, what she was asked about it. And she said, well, I stood up and I took the kick. Just that phrase, I stood up, I get emotional thinking about it, because that's the resilience you want your own kids to have, that you want in your own life. The laser focus, it took those women to do what they had to do.
When you watch them taking those
inspirational
penalties, I mean, what a moment. Like, it is just, you feel so much for any team put in those situations. The pressure cooker environment. And it's Courtney
hard,
Vine
but
comes on as a substitute.
Yep.
And she sunk that winning penalty. The crowd absolutely goes into a frenzy. My whole apartment building, I could feel it shaking, everyone screaming in their different apartments around.
And it's also great that we all knew Sam Kerr's name before this. I don't think many of us would be able to identify many of the other Matildas. But here we are. We know these other names, and they have proven to themselves that they can also achieve without Sam.
It's taken a lot of people by surprise, hasn't it, really?
Yeah.
This has taken the TV and network people to just everyday people in the street.
I think the proof of that, Jonesy, is in that, Channel 7 aren't broadcasting that many games from the tournament. You think of the Men's World Cup and, there's broadcasts of all games at all hours, all the time. There's not actually that many of the games. Obviously, the finals have made it to the broadcast on 7, but a lot of the early, round of 16 and before that group stage games, were not broadcast anywhere. So that's kind of a missed opportunity and maybe a lesson learned for the networks going forward.
An interesting debate then about equal pay for women. It's often been said that you don't draw as big a crowd as the men.
Yeah, and look at them now.
Yeah.
The Matildas, I found out, only this year, only a couple of months ago, became the first women's football team in the world to receive the same pay as their male counterparts. So the Football Federation Australia announced that was going to be formalised in April and May.
Right.
So that's quite significant. But the prize money for the Women's World Cup is different to the men's, and none of the other teams in the other countries have parity with male players. So I think it's interesting to think about this momentum. How do we keep that going? And yet we're all loving them when they're winning. And,
we drop them like a hot rock as soon as they lose. That's the problem with our country.
This is a once in a 4-year event. So what happens over the next 4 years? Well, it's like make sure that we've got participation at a community level, enroll girls in sport, rally around your local clubs, look at where some of these star players, your Mackenzie Arnolds, your Courtney Vines, your Mary Fowlers, your Hayley Rassos, where did they come up through? And, look to those communities. And if we can get people playing community sport, then we can ensure that we've got teams into the future, and also that they don't all have to go and play overseas. Most of these Tilly's girls are all playing in Europe.
And we do that right here, right now. Amanda gets paid much more than I do, and I'm happy for that.
Well, what can I say, Brenda?
He's an ally.
I am.
And I appreciate all your support.
Sister. Right on. You'll find more from Emma on Instagram at M_Gillespie. She is a big deal.
Oh,
She's not getting paid enough.
Jam Nation. We're not gonna take it. I want you to get up right now. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell. I'm not gonna take this anymore.
Down to the Jonesy and Amanda Arms for the pub test. Something we were talking about this morning, spinning and twirling, does it pass the pub test?
On a dance floor?
On the dance floor, not just spinning and twirling down the street like a nut.
No, but it seems that you wanted to spin your wife.
No, I'm a professional dancer. I was well trained. Do you know my dance training when I went on that show?
Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, that cost $70,000. That
what do you
would have
mean?
cost if a normal person was to go and do that.
Oh, what a waste of money!
Hang on.
Wow.
$70,000 to have all those private lessons for all that time.
For Helen to say this.
You had a minute and a half of music, and in that time there's over 200 beats, and I don't think you hit one of them, darling.
Away from that,
yes, well,
my
you tried
teacher,
to show off.
Alana Patient, said to me, here's a move that will always work. It's all about momentum and gravity. And if you lead your dance partner, so if you grab your dance partner's hand and you lead them into a twirl, they will naturally go into a twirl.
And what happened?
Well, my wife resisted it.
Yeah.
She resists everything I do. Nah.
But I find on the dance floor at things like weddings or charity events, there'll often be someone who'll come up and just spin you. And because you're polite, you do it. But if you've had a few drinks, you don't particularly want to be spun. Or the dip. They'll come up and try and do a dip, or those just spin in and out. Doesn't even have to be underneath their arm.
You don't like it?
I don't like it.
But it looks good visually. It looks good on the dance floor.
Well, I think guys often do it because they're not sure how to dance on their own, what to do with their hands. So they grab your hands and next minute that's happening. Spinning and twirling on the dance floor, does it pass the pub test?
It depends whether you're a dancer or not. If you've got a regular partner that you dance with and they know what's going on, then yeah, they're great to watch. People who know how to dance. If you're just meeting someone and dancing with them, maybe you should, like with everything, seek permission first.
Yeah, pass the pub test. You're usually at a wedding or an event. You got a skin fall. You're with the person you like being with. You spin, you twirl, you have fun. Yeah, it looks good too. So yeah, I'm all for it.
It passes the pub test. I get married in 2 weeks, and I've been practicing with my husband to be how he's going to twirl me at our walk. So it's definitely not just for old people.
No, definitely not. I'd twirl the chick around, done this move where she was to sit on my knee, and my knee buckled. I'd seen it on a movie, and I'd pull it off, except my knee didn't hold her weight. Otherwise, it would have been spectacular.
Yeah, I know that move. You go in, out, and you're on one knee. Boom.
Yeah.
Down you go.
Yeah, down he went.
Yeah, you've got to
buckled his knee.
Choose your partner carefully.
And your own dance moves.
Jam Nation podcast.
Well, after such a nail-biting win on Saturday night, the Matildas have secured a spot in the semi-final. Another public holiday will be on the cards for New South Wales. Other states around the country have to decide those things for themselves. Someone who was there with the sellout crowd, the atmosphere must have been extraordinary, was our Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese. He joins us now. Good morning, Prime Minister.
Good morning. It was indeed amazing. I can't recall any sporting event with quite the same tension as those 20 20 spot kicks that took place, and there were 3, of course, we had to win it, and the third time lucky. It was an extraordinary game.
Are you a big soccer guy?
Look, I'm mainly, I've got to say, historically, rugby league and AFL in that order, but it was amazing. I was there when we kicked again a spot kick to beat Uruguay to go to the World Cup finals after we'd missed out from 1974 right through for a couple of decades. But this was something really, really special. And I think the whole of Australia being captivated by this magnificent team of women on and off the field. The gesture of Sam Kerr in giving her jumper to that young girl.
That was so nice.
It was just symptomatic of the character of Sam and the entire team. It is one of the reasons why I was really proud that Sam Kerr was our flag bearer at the King's coronation on behalf of Australia earlier this year.
Tell us about the deal you made with the French president, Emmanuel Macron.
Well, we did a deal by text and correspondence that whoever won, we would back the other team in the semi-final. Now, it happens that it's versus the English,
yes.
The old enemy. You know, we've beaten them and retained the Ashes, and so this will be a good thing. He has honoured his word. He's a man of his word, Emmanuel Macron, and he has tweeted out his support for Australia in the semi-final on Wednesday night. So he joins every single Australian will be cheering. I think there won't be much happening at 8 o'clock on Wednesday night except for the Tillies.
Yeah, it's going to be huge.
Look, I know we feel it's boring to talk about The Voice, but it's so important, and there are some people who still aren't sure what it's about. So can I ask you again? I've heard a couple of stories of people saying it's just going to lead to court cases, it's going to lead to money claims. Can you say convincingly that is not the case?
It is absolutely not the case. It is a simple thing. It will lead to, one, us recognising Indigenous Australians in our nation's constitution, as all former colonies recognise their First Peoples except for Australia. We stand out right around the world as being the only country that still, if you look at our founding document, doesn't acknowledge that. And secondly, it's just a matter of an advisory group that will be selected by Indigenous Australians to give advice on matters that affect Indigenous Australians. Now, the government of the day can accept or reject that advice. It's not binding. It doesn't have a right of veto. But what we know is listening to people about matters that affect them is the key to getting better results. That is all that this is about.
I was reading, a few of like the Peter Credlins of the world and the Andrew Bolts, and they're saying that there's a con going on with The Voice. Like Peter Credlin says it's a 25-page document. It's not just a one-pager. And she was saying that there's devil in the detail in this. But then I read it. And I just can't see it. I just don't know. To me, it just made the yes thing for me from the get-go has always made sense. I don't know why people are so against the yes thing. It's not like I'm going to suddenly have to hand my house back to Aboriginal Australia, is it?
That's right. And look, I think it shows the weakness of the no case, the fact that things are just being made up. People can have a look at the question themselves and what the constitutional change will be, and it's really clear.
It's really hard, though, what you're up against, because there's a whole lot of Indigenous people voting no, and that some of that has also been shown to be AI generated. Even the No campaign has said, no, that's not to do with us. It's AI generated. That's what we're up against.
That's right. It's pretty scary, frankly, some of the No campaign and stuff that's going into people's Facebook posts, which is designed to spread misinformation. Some of it AI generated, some of it generated, of course, by people like the commentators that you have said. But this will just simply not have an impact on most of your listeners. It won't have any impact on their lives at all. But it just might make things better for the most disadvantaged group of Australians. And Australians are generous people. They want greater opportunity for Indigenous Australians. This is an opportunity to do that. It's an opportunity to show respect for Aboriginal Australians, but also it's an opportunity for us to feel better about ourselves.
Yeah.
And I just say to people, before the apology to the stolen generations, there was a whole lot of scare campaigns. There was statements that we couldn't do this because it would result in all these reparations, and why should we feel guilty? We didn't steal Aboriginal kids. But guess what? We did it, and it made the country better. And this will make the country, the greatest country on earth, just that little bit better when we actually acknowledge the fullness and richness of our history, and when we learn the lessons, which are that when we listen to people who are directly affected, you get better results. When you engage with people in Western Sydney about Western Sydney, your listeners, guess what? You get better results than if decisions are made simply from Canberra without any proper consultation. And that lesson is there for all to see. And we know that the programs that have really worked, Indigenous Rangers programs, justice reinvestment programs that have provided opportunities for Aboriginal Australians, they have something in common, which is that they had that sense of ownership and belonging and consultation with the people directly affected.
And also just the very word yes. You know, when we had the same-sex vote, yes. You know, and I think for me to go against yes, it seems just totally wrong. And I'm happy. Spirit. Like, I've read all this stuff, and there's nothing in it that I can see where I'm going to have to pay thousands of dollars to go and visit a national park, or I'm going to lose my house. I can't see anything that actually definitively says that that's going to happen. And I don't know why people are saying. I don't know why people are being so obtuse about this. I just and I think, is it social media? Is it the silos and the algorithms and things like that? I can't see that.
Well, that's right, Jonesy. Remember before the marriage equality survey that was held, the vote that was held around Australia, people were told, somehow it would undermine straight people's marriage. And
that's crazy. That's crazy.
It had no negative impact on anyone. The world has moved on. It's just more inclusive as a result of that. And the negative no campaign, which is led by some of the same people, mind you, who are involved in no for that vote, also involved in the no campaign now. And history, you know, the arc of history bends towards justice, and this is about a more inclusive society and just stepping forward and acknowledging if we do things the same way, then we should expect the same outcome. So nothing to lose here, but everything to gain.
Absolutely.
Well, Prime Minister, it's always a treat to talk to you.
Thank you.
Go Matildas on Wednesday night, and thank you for joining us.
Go the Tillies.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation
Podcast.
Time for what?
Time for your next adventure.
Well, let's go then. Where's all day?
I've never run the City to Surf before.
I've never run it. I've never walked it. I've broadcast radio shows from the start of it and smelt the denker up, and that was enough for me.
And that was enough. Smell the denker up.
Yeah. When I was working on another radio station with Andrew Denton, we did a competition. I think it was Legion of the Damned. Everyone who'd been bad at sport. Right. But by the time we crossed the start line, people had finished. The serious runners had finished.
Someone who's run and done it is the fruit of your loins, the second child. Jack Oliver has joined us on the line.
Hello, Jack.
Hello, thanks for having me on. Yes, I'm very sore this morning, but it's a big achievement that I've achieved.
Yeah, okay. You just texted us saying, give me a sec, I'm in the toilet. Are you actually out of the toilet
now?
Yes, I'm out of the toilet, yeah.
Okay.
So I just got great acoustics in the room.
Sure. It was interesting, though, that when I said last night, hey, let's chat to you tomorrow, and you said, sure, you answered that at 3:05. Have you been awake all night?
No, well, just the excitement of completing the race of the year had kept me awake for a long while. But no, I'm here now, and I'm
Okay.
I'm sore.
And how are you sore? Because you've only just come back from overseas, so you're not in your peak physical fitness. Have you got nipple rash?
Yes, I did. I was wearing a singlet, and a friend of mine had pointed out just after the race that I had my high beams on, which is a thing I'd never heard before. But yes.
And what was your adventure like? What did you see? Did you run with the gorillas?
No, we ran with there was an inflatable T-Rex team that was going on, and then there was a inflatable pig that 5 people were running around with. They weren't keen for a chat at all, so it became awkward. It was an interesting experience, but everyone was very nice.
I thought the inflatable pig people would be up for a bit of a chat because they're in it for for laughs.
Well, exactly. Yes. No. That was the disappointing thing about the day, but everything else was very exciting.
How'd you go on Heartbreak Hill?
Yeah, well, it was because we walked at a very slow pace. It was actually quite anticlimactic, but because I heard tell that it was 2 kilometres long, so I prepared myself for it by going on jogs all week and whatnot. But no, it was shorter than expected. I'm sure it would be awful if you jogged up it, but no, we just took it at a very leisurely pace.
What was your finish time?
I would say about 35 minutes.
35 minutes? I think the winner won in 41.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're the real winners.
Right, okay.
Sure.
So we'll be checking.
No, we took about 3 hours.
Right.
I was about to say we're going to check your mum's Uber account.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like as we were walking, we were fantasising about the lady that won the Boston Marathon by just catching the subway years and years ago.
That's right.
Yeah. Yes.
And did you take off your shirt at the end and give it to Sam Kerr in an interesting twist?
Yes. Sam Kerr was there. And she was very impressed by how quickly we walked.
Sure. Jack. And how are you feeling this morning? You all right?
Yeah, actually, I'm a little bit. I was a little bit sore after the race, but now because it was such a leisurely pace, there's not many repercussions.
Right. I was actually asking how your head was feeling.
Yeah, right.
No.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Yes.
So, how many sober hours have you had since your European sojourn?
Many, very many.
All right, Jack, well, we'll let you go back to the toilet.
Back to bed, mate. Mum will be around with some calamine lotion for your nipples.
Yes.
Paw cream, Jack.
Bit of paw cream, mate.
I've got my medal somewhere, so I'm gonna go parade that that for another day.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for these incredible insights.
Mate.
I feel like I was there.
It's amazing.
Yeah. In the minds of a great marathon runner.
Yeah. We could have got Bruce McAvaney, but we got Jack.
Yeah.
Thank you, my man. You're a champion.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on, guys. It was great to be live on air. Thank you.
All right, go and work on your sinuses.
Now. Keep running up that hill, mate.
Jam Nation.
I got a text yesterday from my other son, Liam.
Yep.
Who said, I saw Jack did the City to Surf, so I did a personal best run at the gym out of spite. Well, that's brothers for you, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
So Jack's now going to have to go up in a hot air balloon.
He didn't have 5 million beers
No,
in the process either.
I think Jack's brain is still a little foggy this morning.
Do you think? I thought he sounded very lucid.
Well, it's interesting. My son doing City to Surf, your son getting married. What a weekend.
You know, my life has flashed before my eyes many, many times, and usually in bad things like motorcycle accidents. I remember lying on the side of the road while I was waiting for the distant sound of the ambulance to come along, thinking I can't feel my legs, I can't feel anything. Is this it for me? And your life just flashes through.
What am I wearing in the flashback? My best outfit.
You're wearing black. You've got a veil already.
Oh, how slimming.
I'm not dead yet. But to do a speech at my son's wedding, it was just such a great thing.
How did it feel to see your son wear a wedding ring?
It's great. This is all upside. And the wedding was so good.
It was wonderful.
And really, there was no fault in the wedding. Everything went beautifully. I was at the paper towel dispenser, and there was no paper towels left. that was the one thing that went wrong.
It did bring the whole night to a
And
screaming
I just
halt.
love seeing you there.
You know what? I was
It was good
watching
to have you there.
as Morgan was waiting for Zoe to walk down the aisle. So she looked extraordinary. She's walking down the aisle and I saw your younger son, Dom, watch Morgan's face.
So that's cute.
They're just lovely, lovely moments, aren't they? Helen looked great. All the things we've discussed during
And
the week
Rome,
about Helen not sure of
but
what
all
to
the
wear.
kids together because you don't
Oh,
see them
so
bond
good.
together.
It's
you know.
so good.
And it's a little tribe there. And as I said, when you got there, it's always nice to have you at those things.
And
we
you
had the
said-
security sweep. The Prime Minister's
yeah.
people were in. You know,
Sure.
she's here. The pig is in the poke. That's the code name. That's what they
For
say.
me?
Yeah, that's what they say. The pig is in the poke.
I'm not happy with that.
You might want to talk to them.
And I don't want you to read it out because it's very private, but your son wrote you a beautiful
Oh, it's a
note.
great letter. It really is a good letter. And yeah, I won't read it because it is.
No, it's private.
But it is. It's one of those things, I think, and if you've got adult children and you see them get married, there's a point where there's hard times when they're young. Everyone knows that. When you've got a teenager, there's going to be hard times and there's always issues. And you can see where it's going to go to. You know, and in his letter, he says, I can see what you saw all those years ago.
Oh,
and it just...
Cats in the cradle.
And
and
it just, you just go,
It's
yeah,
beautiful.
that's it. It's working. So
Oh, and he's so happy, and they are such a great couple. An amazing day.
And everyone was cheering my speech. They were loving it.
Brendan, that was during the penalty shootout, but apart from that,
were loving
everything was great.
Jam Nation.
Everybody shout! Come on now, sing out! It's time for the goodies get together.
Download the iHeartRadio app, go to WSFM, press the microphone to record your Goolie. You could win $20,000 cash.
What have we got today?
Hi, Jonesy and Amanda. My ghoulie is on the way home from work. I might just pop in and grab some milk. Going to the shop, come out $200 worth of groceries later, put them in the car, and damn, I forgot the milk.
I forgot the milk.
Yeah, milk.
Oh.
What else?
I'll tell you what gets my ghoulies. I've just spent hours doing every single piece of dirty washing and I still have 30-odd socks.
It's a thing, isn't it?
It is a thing.
Maybe we just have one colour sock for everyone.
Well, that's what I did with Harley and the kids. Black socks. That's
everyone
it.
wears the black socks.
That'll do you.
Out with the bad, in with the good. If you tipped out, doesn't matter. You can always contact us via the iHeartRadio app. Go to WSFM, press the microphone, record your ghoulie. Easy.
Caller, email, or Facebook friend wins a VIP experience to see Delta Goodrem. You get 2 tickets, you get a meet and greet, exclusive merchandise, and a pre-show banquet at Shoe Restaurant by China Doll. Right. It's the 23rd of September at Sydney Coliseum, West HQ.
You also get the Jonesy Demanded tea towel and 18th birthday key ring as well.
Seems the entire country watched the Matildas against France, even the ones that had other things to attend to, like your son's wedding,
I
Jonesy.
thought the
You were doing
entire
your speech.
country was watching my speech, and they was interrupting the Matildas game.
There was lots of cheering, and then you realised it wasn't entirely for you. The tribal drum is beating for I had to watch it secretly.
From the spot, she sends a straight.
Here's Jenny from St Helens Park.
I was at the ice hockey watching my daughter play. I was actually standing on the side of the rink pretending to film her playing, and just at the same time as the Matildas scored the first penalty goal, the opposite team scored a goal. And I yelled out, I was standing there in the team colours, and I yelled out that, yes! And the whole team just turned around and looked at me as if to say, what the hell?
Yes.
So good.
I mean, no.
Righto, you two. That's enough.
Hadley Feels up next. We are back tonight for Jam Nation. We'll see you at 6 o'clock.
Good day to you.
Well, thank God that's over.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Wipe the tears, baby, tears from your eyes.
Catch Jonesy and Amanda's podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
One swallow brings your attention. Goodbye.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast. Catch up on what you've missed on the free iHeartRadio app.